Hello and welcome to the Crooked Letter Sports Podcast, a show about Mississippi sports and the folks who play them. I'm Tyler Cleveland, joined as always by my co-host and dad, Rick Cleveland of Mississippi Today. Dad, I'd ask you how your weekend was, but we spent most of the weekend together, and I can already tell the listeners that it was delightful.
Yeah, we had a great weekend in New Orleans for your 40th birthday.
Yeah, pretty crazy. Crazy on the birthday and crazy on the weekend. Boy, Saturday was a blast. It was just absolutely gorgeous. There's stuff going on. It's spring, so there's stuff going on all over the city. The weather's perfect. Got to hear some live music outside for free, of course, and ate some delicious food.
Well, I'm telling you, the roasted duck at Irene's Cuisine is fantastic.
Yeah, the rack of lamb, not bad either. I'm going to go ahead and throw it out there. Although you might have to take out a second mortgage to pay for it, but it was outrageous good, and really appreciate having the family together. And yeah, this was just a really nice weekend. I also got to watch a little bit of college baseball in the downtime, and now that you can watch it on your phone,
yeah,
pretty incredible.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, to have the whole world at your fingertips, despite everything that was going on was pretty cool. Dad, we got a lot to get to today. We're going to talk a little college baseball at the top. Want to get to our big idea today, which is the MLB opening day, particularly as it relates to Mississippi, which is, I guess, the Braves are our hometown team. And then, looking around at some other Mississippians, we got some news, some Connor Griffin news over the last week. After we talked to Jay Powell about it on the show last week and where he might start, we now know he's starting in AAA. So we'll get to that. And then we got a pretty fun blitz today with some golf-centric stuff. But, Dad, we got to start with college baseball. State swept Vandy over the weekend, which in any other year would seem like a much bigger deal, although it's still huge for State. But Vandy sure does seem to be down. Ole Miss took 2 of 3 from Kentucky, and Southern Miss took 2 of 3 from Troy. We got a couple of big games. We got one tonight, which we're recording this on Tuesday, the 24th, and Southern Miss is playing at Starkville tonight. And I guess the second game between the two this year. Of course, Southern Miss won the first one down in Hattiesburg by 1 run after a couple of costly State errors. And then this weekend, the big series, Mississippi State at Ole Miss. So we got lots going on in the college baseball world.
Yeah, and we got 3 ranked teams, and there's a lot of they're playing each other this week.
Yeah,
so, yeah, it'd be fun.
Yeah. So I guess we'll start with Southern Miss. They took 2 of 3. They lost. They won Saturday and Sunday after losing the first game Friday night. This is the second conference series in a row that has started with a Friday night loss. How concerned are you with the Golden Eagles? I mean, they're now 3-3 in the conference.
Yeah. Slow start in the conference, but the thing about this team in the early season, at least, is every time something goes wrong, they respond.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it might be from inning to inning or from game to game or series to series. Whenever something happens bad, they respond in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, I'm traditionally they get better as the weather heats up, and
right.
I think we're probably going to see that again this year.
Well, I hope you're right. Eventually like to get to the point where things aren't going wrong to respond to.
Well, when you're 12th in the nation, first among non-power conferences, what are you going to complain about?
Well, you like to be above 500 in conference play pretty quick. I mean, you can see another – this weekend series against Appalachian State looms pretty large for them. Appalachian State is totally gettable. They're 12-10, and they have I think they're 2-4 in the Sun Belt. Definitely need to, you say at least take 2 of 3, but it would be really nice if they could sweep the series this weekend.
It would be, yeah, sure. Let's talk about Ole Miss and State.
Let's do it. I want to start with saying State, looked great over the weekend. Again, I honestly, I think at this point in the season, I would say they're a little bit ahead of the other two in State. But, I mean, everybody's playing, pretty well. But, I think they're up to 6 in the D1 baseball poll. And then some polls have them a little higher than that.
As high as 4th, I think.
Yeah. Ole Miss is ranked 18th in both the coaches poll and the baseball writers poll, and unranked in the D1 baseball poll, which I don't really understand. What are they, 19-6? They're 3-3 in the SEC to start the conference slate.
That includes the road series at Texas too.
Right. They're 17-1 at home. They're 2-5 on the road. I guess that's what the D1 pollsters are looking at. I don't understand it. I mean, in any other year, they would be. It seems like they would be top 10. I mean, what's the rub here?
I'm not sure. And and generally speaking, the D1 poll is the one that I follow those guys. I think they do a really good job. D1 baseball, but I don't understand why Ole Miss is not ranked. I just don't get it.
I'm incredibly grateful for D1 baseball. I mean, it is an outlet that is 100% dedicated to covering my favorite sport when other people do not.
Yeah.
So very grateful for them right out the gate. Want to say that, but man, I don't know what they're seeing at this Ole Miss team. They're very good, and they have a chance to really make a statement this week. With State coming to town, but that is a tall task, man, because Mississippi State, that lineup is ridiculous, and the weekend starters just keep getting better.
They can swing it now. I don't think there's any team in the country that hits better than they do. What is the team batting average, 350?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Unless it went up over the weekend.
And it might have.
It might have. I don't know. They played pretty well. Any predictions for this weekend in Oxford?
I don't see either team sweeping. I think both teams are too good to get swept, and I think it's really huge. It would be huge for State to go into Oxford and win 2 or 3, and it would be huge for Ole Miss to get 2 or 3 at home.
Yeah, I'm in agreement there. I'm hoping that both of them can kind of get. I mean, there's not much to clean up on State's side, I'll be honest with you. But, I think that Friday night game is going to be really fun. Best on best, and it's like appointment viewing at this point.
And, and Hunter Elliott seems to be getting back to
where
he needs
to. That's what I mean when I say best on best. I can't wait to see that matchup. Yeah. But there is some competition for that Friday night slot in terms of eyeballs. Because the Atlanta Braves open the 2026 MLB campaign Friday night at 6:15 against the Royals. How are you going to handle that? You just dropped all this money on Braves Vision. So how are you gonna? You gonna have 2 TVs going?
Yeah,
yeah.
I do. I'll have. I'm not sure which one I'm gonna. I'll probably have Ole Miss and State on the big screen. And the Braves on my computer.
We just need to set you up like a viewing station. You've got a spare room, what you used to call your office. We could just, we could get like 4 or 5 TVs in there if you need it.
Okay.
Then,
I'll let you write that check.
But then we'll never see you again.
Yeah.
Unless there's 2 seats in there.
Yeah. Well, what do you think about this Braves team?
I was extremely hopeful going into the season, and as always, I've had my it's like they took a fire hose and just sprayed down all of my hopes and dreams because the injuries are just piling up for the Braves. The latest was maybe the biggest gut punch was Spencer Strider, now going to start the season on the DL with an oblique strain. It seems that he just can't. He's maybe the best pitcher in baseball and just can't stay on the field. I want to say this is 3 years in a row now with some kind of major injury that's going to keep him out for enough time to where he probably won't be able to win the Cy Young Award.
There's also there are 3 right-handed starters who are out to start the season.
Oh, no, he's just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
Let's run them down real quick. Spencer Swellenbach on the 60-day DL. Hurston Waldrop on the DL, likely to miss most, if not all, of the season. A.J. Smith-Shawver on the DL, likely to miss the entire season. He had Tommy John. He's out.
He's out.
And then we can get on to the
shortstop and the catcher.
The shortstop and the catcher. Sean Murphy, the catcher, has got a hip thing. He's hopefully back sometime in May. The shortstop that they just got him in the trade deadline last year. He was great for them.
1 year, $20 million.
They signed him for $20 million to play shortstop this season. He's got a torn finger tendon, cleared for fielding drills, but won't be back in the lineup probably before June 1st. And so the backup they signed to be a swingman in the infield and fill in Mauricio Dubon will be the starting shortstop for the major league club to open the season.
He did hit over 300 this spring. The good news, and there is some good news, all our power hitters, the guys in the middle of the lineup, are all slamming it this spring. Matt Olson, Austin Riley.
Yeah, I was about to say Mississippi native Austin Riley.
He's been killing it. So
good, we need him to, because
yeah,
going to need to score a ton of runs apparently.
And the other interesting thing is this rookie pitcher, the 20-year-old from Columbia, the country, not
Columbia, Mississippi.
Who has just been lights out. He's given up 1 run this spring.
Yeah, Didier Fuentes. He's got a .66 ERA in 13 2/3 innings. It's a small sample size, but at this point we're taking any good news we can find. But he's going to be on the opening day roster, so we're hopeful there.
They're going to start him in the bullpen, but I wouldn't be surprised.
But the way things are going, if by Friday he may be starting the game. You never know. I mean, it's like a triage station there in Atlanta.
That's right. Well, my pick to win it all this year will not surprise you at all.
The Dodgers.
Yes.
Shocker.
They're the best team. They spend the most money.
Well, they defer the most money for sure.
Yeah.
They have restructured these contracts to where they'll, as an organization, they'll be they remind me a lot of the U.S. government. We'll be completely insolvent by 2035, but we're rocking and rolling right now. Everything's fine. We'll just kick the can down the road.
Well, they've been pretty good at kicking it lately.
Well, yeah, I'm sure they're paying Shohei Ohtani like $250, $250 a month right now to be the best player in baseball, and just going to pay him $50 million 10 years from now.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if the players are okay with that and there's no rule against it, but man, it's just it's hard to keep up with the Joneses when the Joneses don't have any bills.
Do you think he's worried about paying his water bill, Tyler?
I don't know. We're not going to talk about that on the show this morning.
Okay.
I tried to get the Jackson water added to the Blitz today, and we had to nix it because we were afraid it might run over on time. Dad, elsewhere in Major League Baseball, we found out Connor Griffin is starting the season in AAA, which, as we discussed last week, may be the best option. But man, it's what did he hit? He hit about 190 in spring training.
He hit 190, but he hit 4 bombs that went not just out of the park, but like into the next time zone. He'll be back, and he'll be back probably before spring turns into summer.
Well, I hope you're right. I'd love to see him at the major league level this year. But I think if I had to defer to the GMs and the experts who make these decisions, I mean, the coaches of the team, managers.
We had Jay Powell in here last week. He coached him at Jackson Prep.
And he said it may not be the worst thing.
He said it might be the best thing for him to start the season in the minor leagues, and that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this. What's the season, 6-7 months long? If he hits 4 home runs a month and bats 190, that ain't good enough. So if they were basing it on this sample size from the spring, I get it. It makes sense. But, man, what an exciting player that can do so many things for you.
And every time they promoted him up a level last year, he got better.
Yeah. No.
So I think this is a blip on the radar screen.
I think you're probably right. You want to pick an MVP candidate before we move on?
I'm going to go out there. Ronald Acuna.
Yeah, well, that would be my pick just because we're blinded by love for our, the best player the Braves have. I would say he's an excellent candidate. And then, anybody, I guess, basically anyone in the lineup for the Dodgers, but I'm probably Shohei Ohtani if I had to guess. You see him winning Cy Young and MVP in the same season? I don't see any reason why he couldn't.
It could happen, but he's going to have to beat his own teammate from his own country to be the Cy Young winner.
Yeah. What's the other guy? You like him more?
Yamamoto? Yeah, he's well.
I love a name that Rick just has to throw his hands up on.
He gave up less than 6 hits per 9 innings last year.
Is that strong?
It was the best in baseball.
Yep. I'm on board with that. I just I think my hate for the Dodgers runs too deep at this point to go out on a limb. But I will say that Shohei is not a bad pick. If you're a betting man, Shohei's not a bad pick for MVP.
Yeah. What about the other league? There is an American League.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
I hadn't paid attention much to that. I'm going to go with Gunnar Henderson from the Orioles. He's a heck of a player. He seems to get better every year. And I think they're doing a really good job of making him kind of the face. He's, of baseball. I mean, I think he was on the cover of the show this year.
I'm going to go with a guy who barely fits in a batter's box or on your TV screen. Aaron Judge.
Well, he does. I don't even know how he gets on airplanes or where he sits once he gets on there. Just a massive human. We didn't even talk about the end of last week we talked about the World Baseball Classic a little bit, man. What about the finale?
It was great. It was terrific.
Listeners who don't know, Venezuela defeated the United States by a run.
They were a lot happier about winning than our guys were sad about losing. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I was about to say.
It was a lot more important to Venezuela than it was to the United States.
Well, and with good reason. I mean, You're talking about a country that, these guys, I'm sure they've been proud to be from Venezuela all their lives. But, they hadn't had much to be proud of recently, and the tension between the two countries was, and what's crazy is I'm watching this whole broadcast, and they don't mention it once. It's like they've been told that it's off limits to talk about, and I can't think of a bigger elephant in the room. You know what I mean? It's like these two countries are playing each other, and one of them deposed the other one's leader like 2 months ago, and they just never mention it.
Yeah, or didn't talk to any of their players about it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's wild to me. But I won't say I was happy because I couldn't help myself. I was pulling for the Americans, and I always will. But man,
I was pulling for the Americans, of course, but
it didn't hurt your feelings.
I had to smile while I was watching
Acuna.
Yeah,
celebrate.
Well, all of them.
Yeah,
all of them celebrate. It meant something to them.
Ain't no doubt. But 3 hits in the championship game, pathetic. We got to do better than that. And I don't know if we can send a better team. We sent the best team that's ever. That is the best American team that's ever been assembled for that event. And it's just, yeah, it is what it is. But it was a fun tournament, and I'm looking forward to it again next year. I think it only gets bigger and better, and maybe we'll go on a little revenge tour next year.
Well, it's a world. It just shows how much baseball has expanded across the globe, because I'm not sure that the best lineup wasn't the Dominican Republic.
Ain't no doubt.
You know, God dang, you look down that lineup. Whew.
Yeah. Well, I mean, do you think it's the? Is it the second most popular? Is it still basketball worldwide for second most popular? I mean, they're all chasing soccer.
Yeah,
soccer is the most popular sport in the world. Period. But do you think? I mean, you think it's baseball or basketball there on that second tier? Because I think it's one or the other.
Yeah, probably a push.
Yeah, and just wait till we have the World American Football Classic. We'll be good at that one. I think we'll kick a little booty and take names in that if it ever comes down to it. Dad, that's it for the big idea. Let's move on to the Blitz. This is we got a good one this week. I'll start you off quick with the Tiger Golf League. Tiger, like I said, we're recording this on Tuesday. Tiger is set to return to play for his hometown Jupiter team this evening with their season on the line. How excited for this event are you?
I'm going to watch it for the first time.
You hadn't watched any of these?
I haven't watched it.
Oh, man, it's great TV. They trash talk each other. It's great.
Hitting into a TV screen.
Man, it's but here's the deal. They're growing the game. It's exciting. People are watching it. I mean,
Okay, it's the Blitz. Let's go.
You go watch it. Dad, the Valspar Championship over the weekend, Matt Fitzpatrick won at Copperhead with an 11 under for the week. Kind of refreshing to see the guys play a golf course that's only 7,300 yards or so and not completely overpower it.
Yeah. It just goes to show that you can still design a golf course that can challenge these guys. I mean, what he 11 under par?
11 under. That was a winning number.
Well, that's about what I think it should be.
Yeah. Well, it's. I think it's tough to have something that's a reasonable length that is also, because they can hit it wherever they want.
Yeah.
And so it's getting tougher and tougher to challenge them, but they were this weekend. And I think it was really refreshing and fun to watch. Dad, the Ole Miss women's team lost in the second round on a buzzer beater against Minnesota.
Oh, no.
It was Amaya Battle was the player who took the shot. Them coming back and tying it up. It was fun to watch. And then you get this final shot. I thought it was pretty well defended.
Oh, she was all over. I mean, she was guarded.
Yeah. Just a fadeaway that she drilled at the buzzer, no time left, nothing you can do about it.
Yeah. Great finish. I thought Coach Yo's comments about next year, we need to be the one playing on our home court.
Yeah. Well, it makes a huge difference. I still can't believe they play NCAA tournament games on home court on the women's side. And I guess it's for attendance, and it makes sense. But, man, it's a huge advantage for somebody.
That was as good a home court advantage as I've seen. I mean, it was loud.
Yeah. And a fun game.
Some questionable officiating, too.
Ooh, a little controversy coming in for Rick.
Yeah.
He just wasn't so sure about some of those calls. Dad, the Sweet 16 opens this week. I'm sticking with my pick for Arizona. I picked them last week. I just feel like they've won all their games but two, and they just kept rolling over the weekend. Did anything surprise you in those first two rounds, and would you like to adjust your pick to win it all?
Well, I think the big takeaway is that of the Sweet 16 is that there's not a single school outside the power conferences.
No Cinderella.
No, yeah, and that. I mean, it's no coincidence that now that we're paying players, the schools that don't have the billion-dollar contracts with the networks are not going to be as competitive as they were.
Wait till they start deferring the money. Wait till they start promising them $10 million 10 years from now.
Well, I think your pick is probably a good one. The betting favorite right now is Michigan.
Yeah.
I still like Houston.
Yeah, if I had a second team, it would be Houston, I think. I really like the way they play.
Well, it's their coach is as good as there is. Kelvin Sampson is a great basketball coach, and his teams are always playing their best in March.
Yeah. I mean, going back to his time at Oklahoma, it's been like that.
Yeah.
I didn't see – I mean, I would have loved to have seen was it Duke that almost lost to Siena?
Yeah.
See, I would have paid to see that. That would have been fantastic. But I think you're right. We're getting fewer and fewer Cinderellas, and I think it's sad. On the women's side, one big team that's still alive is Vic Schaefer in Texas, led by Germantown's own Madison Booker, who has – I mean, I would say she blossomed into one of the best players in the country, but she was rated as one of the best players in the country coming out of high school, and she's been playing for Vic Schaefer for 3 or 4 years now.
3 years. This third year, and she is terrific. And you can't bet against Connecticut. You can't.
No,
I can't pick against UConn.
Right.
But I'd love to see Vic finally get one, because he should have gotten one at Mississippi State.
Yeah, I think so. And with a bunch of homegrown talent, too.
Yeah.
It would have been great to see. But he's got some talent from Mississippi now, and as hard as it is for me to pull for Texas.
To say this?
Yes, to say this. To pull for Texas, I'm going to have to, because of Vic Schaefer and Madison Booker. I just, I don't have another dog in the hunt, so I'm pulling for them.
I'd like to see them do it too.
I'd like to see somebody beat LSU too. That'd be awesome.
Somebody will.
He's predicting. I don't know, man. They look pretty good too. That's all the time we got for this week. Dad, anything else you're looking forward to this week?
It ain't St. Patty's Day, but it's St. Patty's Day in Jackson, Mississippi.
It's time for the P-Raid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully we'll have a great turnout again, and, no incidents. That's what we're shooting for. No incidents this year.
That's what we're pulling for.
Fun family atmosphere. No incidents.
That's right.
All right. Everybody, thanks for listening. And a reminder, if you're listening to this podcast, wherever you get your podcast, you can also watch us on YouTube. Just search for Crooked Letter Sports on the YouTube channel, and you'll find us there. Thanks for listening in. Y'all have a safe week out there, and we'll talk to you next week.